Alright. I just wanted to talk about Last Epoch a bit. I started playing the game, I think on Friday, so it's been about 3 or 4 days that I've played the game. And I've played for about 30 hours or so. It was weekend, so I played like the whole weekend. And just straight off the bat, the game's amazing. I think this is one of the best action RPGs that I've ever played. I think it's really good for beginners and for like sort of more experienced action RPG like fans. The games that they've done a great job at like just with the UX design, because there's like tips and tools for like almost everything, and there's even like a wiki like sort of in the game where you can like click on let me see where you like where they really like explain everything to you, and you can like, yeah, it's just great. It's a great game. I'd recommend this to everyone to try out. The worst thing about the game is that the servers are dog shit at the moment, at least. My ping is like constantly like spiking. You can see I'm in South Africa, so the closest server to me is in Europe, and the best ping I can get is about 160. But sometimes when I'm in town, it spikes up to like 400 sometimes when it starts like loading other players. But as soon as you're out of town, it's not that bad actually. It doesn't like, I can't really feel like latency and stuff that much. Anyway, I've played the game for about like I said 30 hours. I'm level 64. I think I'm at the end game now, like, because I've started doing these like these sort of things which like are like mini rifts, and then you have to complete this, and then you do like different timelines and stuff to fight like bosses and things, because I mean the whole game's about time travel, and there's like different paths and different things that can happen and all of that. Yeah, but like honestly the game it's just amazing. It's a 10 out of 10. Would recommend this to everyone. Like I said, I'm playing as a paladin, and yeah, I've just been having like spinning to win, man. So yeah, that's like generally all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say it's a great game. I'm gonna do a riff and just show you my build a little bit. It's obviously not the best build. It's not like a... Oh, let me go through the skills actually. So I'm using Vengeance, Warpath, which is like Whirlwind, Holy Aura, which is the Paladin's base thing, Sigils of Hope, which adds like buffs, and then I'm using Smite, but honestly my 5th skill I'm not too sure on. I've been having trouble to like kind of decide. But I mean, as you can see, the game's very customizable. I think you could play the same class, like, and other people like can play the same exact class, but their builds will be completely different. I don't think, even if you use all the same skills, you can go in different paths and things. It's so customizable. It's great, and the game is like just really addictive and fun. And yeah, like I don't know, like I've just been having a good time like playing it. And it's like, I don't know what else to say. It's just a great game. And then passive wise, I took up like, obviously you start with the Sentinel. I tried to kind of just stack damage, as much damage as I could. I'm using a 2-handed axe or a sword. I can use an axe or a sword. I am using an axe at the moment. It just increases attack speed for axes. I could either go with that, or I could go with the hammer if I wanted to do more damage. I'm not sure which one's better. I've only tried out this one, but you can respec. I could respec and try out this to do more damage if I really wanted to. But I thought that because if I'm going paladin, I'm getting these things with proc. It has a chance to proc whenever I hit something, so the more hits I get in, I think the better it is for this to like proc. But I don't know, because you could also go dual wield, which is another thing that might be better with the Paladin, but I'm not too sure. Like I said, I'm not min-maxing it to that much. I'm just trying to stack damage, like as much damage as I can, and then also as much survivability as I can. Because you can see I've got too much physical resistance at the moment, actually. The game is quite hard compared to other action RPGs. It feels a lot more like Diablo 2's level of difficulty, where it starts upscaling a lot. Like you get one-shotted by like a ton of things, especially near the end. The last like 3 or 4 bosses were really hard. I died like 4 times at the Sea God boss. Even with like a high cold resistance, because he does like cold damage, and I think he does lightning damage. You can see my resistances are really high, and he still one-shotted me. So, but at that time I only had about 800 HP maybe, but it was still like enough to just kill me like really quickly. So, but it was I ended up figuring out like it's just kind of me being a dumbass and sort of whatever. Yeah, I just had to change my playstyle. Anyway, let me just go down one of these, do a quick run just to show you my build a little bit. Whatever, it doesn't probably matter which one I do. Let's just do the experience one. I've been really enjoying my build. The game, like, it does force you a little bit to play with like a lot of AoE. Oh shit, these things are quite strong. There's probably going to be some latency because like I am playing online. I'm playing online mostly because like my brother is playing it as well and I wanted to play with him sometimes. So the teleport comes from my smite. So that's the one reason I am using smite. But I haven't really decided, like I said. This is not the best one to show like that I can just mow down enemies. So I can continuously spin because my whirlwind actually doesn't take any mana because I leveled it up. Oh, warpath. And then I've got a lot of like healing and stuff. I'm actually gonna just leave the items unless there's like a legendary thing that drops. That's another thing that's really cool about this game. There's you can hide like you can set up what loot to show and not to show depending on like what your like preferences are. Is this a boss? An elite? So I'm using when I do fight things that oh, that was the fucking thing I was supposed to kill. Okay, there. I'm done. Okay, cool. Oh well, let me try another one because that one was like not as dense, because it's like really fun to just mow down enemies with warpath. And I think they've done a really good job of like creating the density of the enemies and stuff. Like you can feel that it was made by people that are a fan of just like destroying hordes and hordes of enemies, and to like up your chances of getting like that rare item. Because I really like Diablo 4, but I feel like it's in a different category from this game. This game to me is all about gameplay, the loop, and sort of like the stats and killing enemies, hordes, like waves of enemies, and getting loot. This is made for people that like, I think, end game stuff. Whereas in my opinion, Diablo 4 and even maybe Diablo 3 was made more for the sort of cinematic story, like the lore and stuff like that. I think that's what the developers had in mind. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, but that's just how I feel when I play those games. And I mean, don't get me wrong, this game has a like interesting story in my opinion. I did listen to all of it. I did like read all the I tried to read like all the NPCs dialogues and stuff. I did follow the story. I think the story's like pretty good. It's a little bit confusing because it's like there's the time travel, and there's a lot of like NPCs that you get introduced to. But overall, I thought that I really enjoyed the world of this game. My favorite time eras is the Divine era, which is the one you start in, and then the Ancient one, which is oh shit, I'm taking damage. Is the one where there's like dinosaurs, because dinosaurs are fucking cool, in my opinion. And yeah, I'm just gonna ignore all the stuff now because I'm talking. It's like, but I mean, you can see, like, I can fucking talk. I don't have to pay that much attention to what. Oh shit! Okay, almost died. I ran out of mana. I don't have to pay that much attention. Oh, I leveled up. Cool. Well, that's lucky. Let me just kill this fucking thing. That was the boss again. Okay, so that one actually dealt me quite a lot of damage. I have a lot of self-healing. That's why I'm not dying as much while I'm spinning. And then also all my spells, like this, I can cast while I'm spinning. Like if I press R, you see then this little orb flows around me. This heals me a little bit whenever I cast it. And then also this smite can heal me. But then I also have a lot of like hit. Where is it? I have a lot of like on-hit healing. Did I take the weapon off? I'm sure I had one. Another thing about this game, it like forces you to use the crafting system. Okay, let me just teleport to town again. Just to like get this, I'll show you now. The crafting system in the game is really cool. It does, like I said, the game like upscales really quickly. So you're actually forced to like to not really stand still as much. And they also, it's like it forces you to min-max in a little bit. But it slowly starts out like from the start, it like kind of slowly like develops the difficulty of the enemies and stuff. And you can immediately feel if your build isn't working. Like you get punished really hard. And I think that's cool because in like Diablo 4 I never felt punished at all. But in this game it's like you have to really like pay attention. You can't just go and like randomly learn put 1 point in everything. You have to really kind of focus on your build, I think. Yeah, so the crafting is really good. You can like, I actually want to add a healing thing to this. If I can. Hopefully I can. Here, health on melee. I need that. Ran out of fucking points, man. That's why, because I upped my damage to tier 5, which I think is the highest. There's purple items that you get that I've seen, like I've started getting, that give you tier 6 stats, but they're randomized, which is a bit like you know, it's a gamble, so you get it or whatever. But the crafting system's really cool, like, because you can like literally shatter items, and then you get like all the sort of shards from these items. Like I'll get like I have a chance of getting the increased melee damage, the bleed while wielding axe, and the poison. When you shatter it, you can see here I got poison resistance, bleed while wielding axe. And so I've just been buying these things whenever I see them in the shops, and they're always there. And they're like 2,000 gold for one or whatever. So it's not that bad. So you can kind of like just harvest like all the parts you want from the items you pick up. But like maybe it won't be better than your item, but you can get the shards so you can upgrade your items. And then as you can see underneath, like underneath these sort of stats over here, it tells you how much forging potential it has, and that's kind of like every time you upgrade one of these things, it takes some of that like forging potential, and it goes down. It's up here as well, and it'll go all the way down to 0 or whatever until you can't like spin. So this one's a bit annoying because I can't upgrade the increased melee damage, which is underneath the multi-strike. But other than that, I'm using it mostly because it has all the stats I want, which is basically increased melee damage increased HP. And then it also gives me a ton of armor. That's kind of the main stats I've been focusing on, but also like any crit chance, crit damage, attack speed, you know, like the basic fucking melee, basic bitch melee like stats. Also you got a stash. I haven't really paid that much attention. And there's dungeons, and there's just like a ton of shit. There's a ton of content in this game, and the game's only like 350 rand. I don't know how much in dollar it is or whatever, but this game is like a quarter of the price of like Diablo 4, I think. And I don't know if it has more content in Diablo 4 yet, but but it's like just cheap. You should just try it out. It's fun. Like, I really recommend it. Like I can't say that enough.
Take care.
And it just has like a really cool. Let me see if I can teleport to one of the other areas. There's like still a lot of glitches and stuff in the game. I see there's a portal. There's a point there and a point here. I haven't actually been to the ancient area that much. I've only like kind of teleported back. And I mean, it's got really cool maps. Like look, each area has got like a little bit of an update. Okay, let me just go to the divine area. Like, where was I just now? Lost. I think it was in the desert. And it's got like alternative paths as well. Like you can see here, I haven't gone this way, but then it seems to be that way, so I'm not sure how that works. It says Temporal Sanctum, so I'm wondering if you have to teleport to this one from like a future area and then go out of it. I haven't done any dungeons. I've got some keys that I want to try out. Oh, let me just teleport here. This is like an end game, one of the end game areas. Like I did it like last night. On the loading screen, like the images and stuff in the game is really cool. Like the game looks really good, and it plays really well, in my opinion. I think if I played it offline, it'll play even smoother. But I think it's fine. Like there has been like some times where I've DC'd and like stuff like that. But I think overall the game like plays fine online, even with my like high ping or whatever. There's a bit of a fucking jump there. Don't know what was happening there. And it's like you have to kind of, I can kind of just spin without paying too much attention, but you can see like you do start taking a ton of damage. Like if you do like not focus as much, some of the enemies do like a lot more damage. Like my poison resistance is not very high, so it's probably from like that. This one. Yo, this guy's got a ton of HP. He's got some poison whirlwind thing. As you can, yeah, like so you can see, like this sort of end game, or these last areas that I played last night, they did like this. The difficulty did scale like quite a bit. I did save this guy already. This is like part of the main quest. See, I can just permanently spin. I get, for some reason they unlearned like this I had on 5, but oh wait, did I have it on 5? No man, I'm sure it did. I don't know. I think I had it on 5 where it like minuses the cost by 10, which makes it cost 0. But for some reason it's only on 4 now. I'm not sure why. And I have felt that my skills have started leveling up very slowly since probably since level 30, honestly. Like it took like much longer for my skills to like go up. So that's one thing that I'm not a fan of, because I like the feeling of progression in games. I'm not that mad. That's why I think I tend to like not enjoy end game usually. Because you progress so slowly that I don't like that. So I would rather make a new character usually, but these mage things are quite strong as well. Now let's see if I can... This thing is supposed to disappear. Let's see it. There's like a lot of glitches and stuff still. I saw that your mana can actually go into negative. I'm not sure how that works or what that actually does. But I have noticed that you can go into like negative mana. And then sometimes your skills change to like different icons, like a void icon. Ugh, anyway, I'm like just rambling now. All I wanted to say was like the game's great. You should play it. I think everyone should try it out, even if you've never played action RPGs. I think it's very easy to get into, and it's fun, man. It's just a fun game, and it's relatively cheap. Well, at least cheaper than the majority of other like games. And it's like, it feels really polished. Like, other than the few glitches and things that it does have, the game itself feels very like smooth, and like the animations and stuff I think are really good.
Stand down or die.
And it's just it's a great game. It's just a great game. It reminds me like of Titan Quest. When I played Titan Quest originally in like 2006 or 7, I don't know when it was. It's the same feeling as like playing Titan Quest for the first time, and I played the shit out of that game. And even like maybe a little bit Torchlight, the second one. The first Torchlight was not that good for me, but the second one was great. But yeah, man, I don't know. And it's like, I want to play another character just to like test out like other like builds and stuff. And what's cool is just like I can even make another Sentinel and go completely a different path, because there's so many like skills that there's so many skills you can try, and each skill has its own like sort of path which you can like customize. So even if I play another Whirlwind character, it might be completely different, right? It's like it might not be a Paladin one. It could be like a fucking Void Knight or a Forge Knight or whatever the fuck. Some idols. My idols are kind of garbage. I need to actually get that. And that's like another, the idol system in the game is pretty cool, I think. It's just extra stats. It's like here on the side. So I mean, that's not a new thing. Diablo 2 had like charms. It's kind of the same thing, except it's not in your like main inventory. But it's like basically the same thing. And you have to kind of like fit them into this sort of weird shape here. You unlock you start out with like none of this is available, and then I think you get like this sort of shape, or this. No, I think it's like that. Like so you can either put something in like this or something like this, and maybe a small one like this. And then you unlock them as you do side quests, because there's a lot of side quests in the game. Yeah, I mean, look at this. It's like so many skills, right? It's like 12 plus 10, 22, 26. Yeah, so it's like 26 skills on the Sentinel. And you can unlock all these other ones. You can still go down these other trees. What's this? Oh, maybe I'm locked here. Maybe you can only go up this high if you don't specialize it, because I've mastered the Paladin class. I took this because I thought the aura sounded like the best ability to me. I didn't really like how these other ones sound. Whoa, this one does a ton of damage. But yeah, the aura, it gives like 30% increased damage and 15% elemental resistances. And if you activate it for 4 seconds, it doubles that. And it also gives it to you and all your like allies. So that's just great. And then the skill itself, I took up like, it gives more physical damage, more attack speed, more crit chance, more everything. It's basically like just a DPS buff to my whole party and a defensive buff, because it gives me 15% for these three, which I just thought sounded amazing. So I was like, yep, Paladin, that's done for me. And I started out just by using Vengeance, but then I quickly felt, because I was just using this, because it's kind of like a cleave in Diablo 3 for the Barbarian. It just hits everything that's in front of you. yeah, you see if I proc this other stuff, my damage like goes up quite a lot. And actually, even if I spin, my damage goes up, I think. So when, yeah, I've got a lot of like procs that just improves my damage by like quite a lot. Yeah, so I started out just with this, and then I was trying out all the different skills. I didn't want to go hammer throw, because I think that's quite a common build. And then I kind of just stuck with whirlwind. I was actually trying out this, which is like a invulnerability shield, and then it explodes after a while, but it felt very slow. I would have used this if there was a way to make it instant, so while I'm spinning I can still use this, because this thing I could make it instant. Where was it? It's not that. There, this. So this thing it doesn't have a cast time because I took this, so I can spin and cast it while I'm spinning, and that's why I'm using it, because I want to just keep spinning constantly, and so I can constantly move and avoid damage. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to like say the game's great. Everyone should play it, and yeah, that's about it. Cool, shot. Thanks a lot for watching. I might record other videos where I'm just literally cruising and doing like sort of dungeons, whatever, and some sort of gameplay or whatever. But I just wanted to kind of talk about my opinions of the game and say that it's a great game and everyone should play it. And yeah, cool, shot. Thanks a lot, and cheers.